Hey planner babes, welcome back to According to Allie. Today I'm showing you how I edit my pictures. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's get started with the setup. As you see here, I have two umbrella lights that form an X with my planner in the middle. You don't have to have these, of course. A lot of people use an open window with natural light, but my house is a cave and I don't have any natural light. So I have to use these umbrella lights with daylight bulbs to get the brightest light possible. Also, I use two foam core boards, one for the planner on top of it and one in the corner to help reflect light to eliminate some of the shadow. As you see from this view, this is how I take every picture of my planner for anything really, for Instagram, for my YouTube videos, for everything. So I like to lay it out flat with, sometimes I add some little accessories and stuff, but this picture is just for my thumbnail for this YouTube video. So it's just the planner itself. Okay, and for the camera, for taking the pictures, I actually use my iPad every time. I used to use a DSLR, but my iPad camera works great, and I'm sure phone cameras work just as well. So let's go to the picture taking. So I select the camera, and because I want it to be in the shape of an Instagram picture, I select square shape. That just makes sure that I have everything in the frame when I take the picture and it makes editing easier. Then I tap once on the picture on the screen and increase the lighting. You can see that little square that comes up. You tap it, the square shows up, and then I swipe up a little bit to make it a little bit brighter so it makes the original picture bright and reduces how much editing I actually have to do. So there's one picture. I move around and take 3, 4, 5 pictures so that I get a lot of angles, a lot of options to find the best one to edit. So when I do edit, I open up my PicTap-Go app. For my pictures, all I use are PicTap-Go and Snapseed. First, I use PicTap-Go for the initial lightning and color adjustment. You open up your album, you pick one of the pictures you just took. There we go. And then you click edit up in the top corner so you can start editing. Once you get to the editing section, all you have to do is drag up a little bit, and it'll go view all the options, filters, and stuff you'll want to use to edit your picture. So down below, I always do auto color first. There we go. You can see by holding your finger on the picture, the before and the after you apply the filter. So you can see the difference it has made. So this one makes the colors a bit more vibrant and dark, but then I also use lights on to brighten the picture a bit. It usually brightens it too much, so down below on the dial, I scale it down just a little bit. I don't want the brightness to wash out the colors, so we bring it down a little bit. It still brightens the picture and eliminates some of the shadow, as you can see when I touch it, the before and after difference, but it's not washing out the colors too much. So then it's easy. You click go up in the top corner and save it to your camera roll. Super simple. Of course, you want to make sure you save the product so that when we open Snapseed, we'll be able to get the already adjusted picture. So in Snapseed, you open it up, you click open in the top left corner. And one of the things I love most about Snapseed is you can select open latest image, and it'll open the picture you just adjusted in PicTap-Go. So here is Snapseed. Down below, you're going to click tools to get all the things you're going to use to adjust the picture. I don't use filters in this app, but the tools I use most in this will be selective, that little circle there. And this one lets you select where you're going to adjust the color of the picture. It's not going to adjust the entire picture to where you lighten something and wash out the color in another area. It's only going to adjust where you want. So after you pick it, you just tap on the picture where you're going to want to adjust something. There in the top corner, you see that B. It can adjust brightness, contrast, saturation, and structure. So right now we're going to do brightness. You can also pinch to make the space that you're going to adjust bigger or smaller. That red area is where it's going to be the strongest difference, and it kind of fades out to the edge. Then you just swipe right a little bit to bring the brightness up. You can see the difference, and you can see the dial at the top to see how much you've increased it. And what I do is I just keep selecting some of these in the corners far from the planner at first, because it does actually touch the planner, but not too much. And I also like to use this tool in stages. I'll brighten it a little bit, and then I'll click the check mark and do it again. So here's another one after I already confirmed the first adjustments, so that if I ever do anything too bright or too much, I can undo that adjustment without undoing everything I've done. So we're going to put it in the corners surrounding the planner at first to whiten the background. Again, the circle, the area that it's adjusting will be touching the planner, so I don't have to do it directly on the planner yet. Then we're going to use the healing tool. You see the line where my foam core board is on the table. All you do is take healing, wipe across it, click the check, and there you go. It's gone. Then we'll go back to selective again. And we'll start adjusting for a little bit of the shadow on the page. I want to make sure it's nice and bright. So you want to make sure you click the white area. Actually, when you are adjusting on this tool, wherever you select, it's going to adjust that same color. So if you click it on black, it's going to only adjust black. If you click it on white, it'll adjust white. If you click it on red, it'll adjust colors similar to red. So you want to make sure you're on the color you really want to adjust. And right now I'm adjusting white in the middle. The little shadows of the discs I'm getting rid of there. Actually, when you are selecting a spot to adjust, it shows you around the ring of the bee what color you're on, and you want to make sure you're on the right one. Here again, you can hold your finger down and you can see the before and after of your adjustments to see if there are more shadows or anywhere else you want to work on. It's the same as Instagram and other editing apps where you can see the before and after. I love looking at that. I like to see how far it's come, what a difference it's made with the brightening and the lightning and the adjustments. Look at the difference. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. Okay, so because we used the brightening technique, we want to go to tune image so we can adjust some of the color. You basically can swipe up and down to adjust all of these different parts of the color. And usually I go to saturation after brightening because the brightening white washes out some color. On this tool, you really don't have to do it much. I'm plus 12, and that's plenty. I also like to adjust the contrast. The contrast helps make blackers black, and the contrast increase. It also helps bring yellow brighter instead of that dingier color. Oh, there's my brother asking me what we're doing for 4th of July. Please ignore that notification there while I was screen recording. So you just go through and adjust. You want to make it look as true to the color in real life as it is on the camera, on the screen, and then always go to sharpening as well. So you can go down and pick the tool down below, and it has the little triangle that says details. You swipe up to get to sharpening. There you go, and increase sharpening. It just helps make the picture look clearer, gets rid of any blurriness, and makes it nice and pretty. So there's my edited picture. You want to go down to export and save the picture. I modify it so that I can open it in Instagram. There it goes, saving everything we did. Hit modify and we've got it. Then, of course, because I'm posting to Instagram, I open up Instagram, hit the plus sign like we all know. There we go. And usually one of the first things I do is adjust. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, make it a little straighter. It was pretty crooked. There we go. Center it in that hash mark area. There we go. And sometimes I also skip the color adjusting in Snapseed and just use Instagram's. For me, it's good enough. So again, you would go to saturation to increase the color saturation so it's not washed out. And then you can go to contrast to make it more vibrant, and sharpening again to make it nice and clear and no blurriness. Perfection. See what a difference it makes. I love editing pictures when it cooperates. I mean, even I have harder days when there's a lot of shadow or something funky, especially with those pastels and foils. I know it can be hard, but it's basically trial and error. You just want to find out what works for you, how you like your pictures to look, and it'll turn out exactly how you want. If you just keep trying, keep working at it, you will find your look and how you like to show your planner. So like I said, this is super simple. You can do it too to make it the way you like. Just use trial and error, keep trying, use those pictures, experiment with the tools and the apps, and you'll be able to take beautiful planner photos too. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.